What's good, mates? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be looking over what Kabam have announced earlier this evening, which was that they're going to be looking into or have a fix either today or tomorrow. That will be a hot fix that will be sorting out the, well, what can you really kind of like describe with this? Because it's not just parry, it is control-based problems as well. Parries, dexes, just inputs and controls. Lots of fundamentals to how Marvel Contest of Champions runs. I've just been persevering, as well as a lot of other people as well, and just awaiting Kabam to make some kind of like response on the matter of what's going on. That's just the thing. I can't, like, July was just a case of going like, look, I didn't really do anything within the game, as it was just unplayable. And now I'm just like, look, well, if you miss out on a month, you miss out on this side event. There's nothing that Kabam aren't giving you saving grace, which just, you know, sucks in the kind of like greater scheme of things. And the same thing when it comes to Summer of Pain. That's still content, which is high-end stuff that requires you to play well. And yeah, I've had some good fortune with Summer of Pain. I've had some bad fortune. I was still having these problems. So, God's sake, can't wait for this this to be live. And like, you know, sooner rather than later. You know, will it come in today? Don't know. Kabam say it's going to take a bit of time. So let's have a look what Kabam got to say on the matter. So yeah, all the thank yous and stuff. Happy to announce that 32.1 is coming later today, tomorrow at the latest. So let's have a quick check as of the point of recording this video. I'm going to get the App Store up and see if it's there. Let's just switch to that screen now. So yeah, Marvel Contest Champions. All the update is in, but this may not be for every single device because it's just coming for the iPad. Let's have a look. Not currently in. Not currently in for iPhone 11 Pro, but it could be coming in. Could be coming in. Let's just double check. So whilst I've been recording, no. So I don't know if you can see just there. Well, no, you probably won't be able to see that because I can't like focus it in too well. But in case it says open right there, but it was, as you saw, the update 32. So the new update is available on iPad. So I don't know when this video goes live. I'll try and get this video out. And we'll just kind of see like how it is. I don't know, like do maybe a quick live play right now, but I don't know if it's going to be a case that we're going to notice stuff. Normally the big testers are going into things like against Winter Soldier, but I think a lot of the times you need something that's got like quick kind of responses to things. So let's just quickly get up a fight right here. Just check I'm not in anything. Right, okay. Let's just see response on screen. It's still off. Like it still feels a little bit kind of like. Maybe got a dirty screen. I don't know, just one of these things, isn't it? Well, nah. I mean, look, it's okay. Do I have to really kind of like hammer into my response time? Of course. I'm not going to look to play this fight out. I just want to like check on the response. I mean, that's not too bad. It's a case like what I really want to do is a real kind of clutch block. And just see where it is. That's better because that was quite a last minute response of my swipes on that Dex. So it could be better. Yeah, okay. Not too bad. It feels responsive. That's a good example there. That was one I was hoping for to kind of like check out. A delayed swipe back, really. Kind of figuring out like whether or not it's a case like, how responsive is it? I think this is the point here. 32.1.1 will not 100% resolve the issue, but should improve upon where we are now. We're not done working on this, but we want to get an update that improves the gameplay out to you all sooner rather than later. As I said, my big concern is what I've seen with that is that enemies, AI is just terrible. It's just not good enough. It's just not throwing special attacks and you're just hanging for ages waiting for it to happen. So you play really kind of like, can play really cagey at times. So that's really a problem. Like trying to get an enemy to the end of the other end, if you're kind of waiting to kind of like, you know, evade away. It's just like, it's not, just doesn't feel like it's there. As mentioned earlier, we believe that recent update to our game engine is the cause of the problems. So, I mean, it's good that they're got a better engine, but it's just a case of like trying to keep on top of it that players are experiencing. We think that we have been able to identify what causes the issue and are working with our partners to understand those changes right now. And I guess that's the problem, isn't it? If you're working with the game engine and how you build the game upon it, like it sucks when that's the case. But this is the biggest problem with not the biggest problem, but the biggest thing when it comes to the size of company Kabam are, the amount of like you think resource behind it, knowledge as well, because that's the other thing. You look at other kind of like development companies and kind of go like, well, you know, you've got your Activisions, your Blizzards. Yes, is it a case that Kabam on the same level as them? No, it's more like comparable to your Rovios. But the thing is, the response has to be important as NetherRealm, who do the likes of Mortal Kombat, because when you're playing that kind of game and you're doing those kind of fighting-based movements, when you click on something, you expect the something to happen. And if it's not happening, it is just massively frustrating because you're eating a whole bunch of damage, you are losing, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling frustrated. Those are the things. And a lot of times, yes, games are meant to be skill-based and challenged and fun in all that stuff. But also, gaming is escapism for a lot of people, including myself, where you kind of go like, okay, well, it's not saying I want an easy road with it. I just want to be able to, when I click something, something happens. And this month, or for the last month, it has not happened. When you've clicked on something, nothing happens. Which we unfortunately just seen like stuff there. Even more so when you think that the AI is going to throw a special attack, and it just doesn't. And like, how long do I have to hang there for an enemy to throw a special attack? And I just go like, well, if they throw it, I'm screwed. If they don't, I'm just waiting for ages. And it's just a mixed bag with those responses. Anyway, moving on. Making those improvements will be a lengthy process where we'll be overhauling a large part of the game to work with a engine update. And I think that's it. Like, Kabam need to get this part, which is like a huge part, sorted. I know many people have said like they want Kabam to go, buff a load of champions and stuff and keep the buffing kind of like at a large quantity. And it's just like, well, if the development time is going to be more focused on making the game good from this perspective, I prefer this, because this is all about the stuff that's going to lose players' interest. They can buff 2 champions a month for the foreseeable 2 to 3 years and still kind of capture all of you getting new champions, and even some of the ones that have been recently buffed. But this is the stuff that kind of like forces players to kind of think twice about the game they're playing, so it needs to be dealt with. In my opinion, I'm probably wrong. Our goal with the update is to update and large overhaul is reliable with the game again. This means we should be able to reliably parry, dex and evade and commit actions in a way that players can count on again. We'll continue to make adjustments. Where I just don't, that was just a brief test, really snippet test, and maybe I should have like turned off my iPad before turning it back on again and playing to get a better test of it. Possibly, I don't really know. I need to kind of like test more. Tonight's live stream, I'm going to be testing more, hopefully at 2100 hours GMT, which should be soon once I get this video out. Hopefully we'll be doing some Cavalier difficulty and seeing how it works on iPad before the update comes in on the iPhones. So are my major 2 goals with this update going forward? Reduce the input lag with the system to create more responsive game. Please, it means what we've been talking about. To create new systems that will be robust and produce a reliable input response. Yes, please. Yes, please, because it's just that it just doesn't feel amazing. Not how it used to be back in like June, like time. Top of the compensation. Okay, like compensation wise, we should be receiving a big package of stuff. Will we receive anytime soon? I doubt it. Over the last month, we've addressed issues in AQ. We will be ending the smaller compensation packages now and plan to give summoners a package, items, resources to address the delay in Alliance War season. This will be based on the previous Alliance War season standings, spent resources, as well as some gifts to thank you for sticking with us. Woo! I don't know why I wooed, but I would say as well, emphasis is if you're close to a titleage, push to that titleage. Push the Cavalier, push the Throne Breaker if you can, as you'll get something that's kind of like applicable to that. As mentioned above, additional adjustments will continue to be made over time, but we're choosing to forego our usual wait until everything is fully resolved, and we're working getting out some. I mean, that's good. By the end of the month, you'll see it. And after 32.1.1 is being released, we'll be resuming Alliance War season. Well, if it's not completely fixed. Whatever. Do you know what? Just it's like COVID, isn't it? It's just like this feels like we've got COVID in the game, because it's like, look, it's something that's happening to everybody. It's like it's not getting better anytime soon, we unfortunately will have to coexist with it until it's completely wiped out. Man, that is weird. That's a weird kind of like comparison, but it's actually a true comparison with stuff with the game. So yeah, it's going on, but you know, just will this kind of like improve like if it's improved, will it improve the way that we kind of like do this more competitive stuff? Is it still going to be a burden? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's going to be a little bit of a burden for a time, but players need to kind of like find out what their feedback is from it, and we need to kind of like figure out like, you know, is this something still going on? Is there some problems with the AI? Of course there is. The AI is one of the big problems as well. It's not just about responses. Responses are there, but also like the way the AI responds to certain things. Holding on to specials, being passive and defensive, and stuff like that without any kind of node interference. But there we go. That's what it is. I don't want to go on too much about this. So to recap, future versions will continue to improve on these issues. I really hope so. Alliance War Season 28 will resume August 18th. Alliance Quest will remain free for the time being, thank God. Summer Showdown will commence on August 16th. Good luck to everybody on that one. Expect a compensation package heading your way before the end of the month as well. So look out for that. And yeah, okay, good news with that stuff. There's still more that needs to be done with this. I need a more thorough test than doing, a 2-minute test and finding the AI is just not throwing special attacks. Because that's, as I said, that's the beginning of a new problem, or another problem, or a problem that's always been there for a long time. Is stupid defensive AI that just doesn't want to do anything. But, you know, we'll give it a test done. This, hopefully, players find some improvements with the way that it functions. And hopefully more tuning and improvements come in future updates. But we have all got there. Yes, to a degree, appreciate Kabam for their perseverance. Because at the end of the day, if there's something that they've built on the engine, there's a new update with the engine that scuffs it up completely, then that's down on the engine's problem. So, you know, I don't know what Unity might be one of the engines it's built on. So it could be that. If Unity fuck up, then it means that, that causes the problem elsewhere. But the real thing is when a developer responds to this stuff and is able to act quickly and know where to go and how to solve this. And a month is a long time within Marvel Contest of Champions. It's a hell of a long time for a hell of a lot of fights. If 1 billion fights are done a week, then that is a lot of pain for a lot of players. So hopefully we can get some stuff resolved. That's been the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to check out some other content posted on screen right now. Some early stuff today. Did you know that the buff champions have been revealed for next month? And also one of the other bits of content that I've got on screen right now. Appreciate you. Much love. See you in the live stream later on. Bye-bye.